What is going on, y'all? I am back with another Grey's Anatomy reaction. This is going to be Season 2, Episode 2. Let's go.
Say when. It's not us. It's them.
Oh my god.
They didn't tell me they had a wife.
He is the boss of you.
What's worse is that I care. I used to be all business, and then he goes and gets me pregnant. He turned me into this fat, stupid, pregnant girl.
What is this?
Apparently, she dumped Derek, and her, she's been sleeping with Burke.
Well, you really broke up with Shepard?
I feel empty.
2 hours of vomiting will do that to you. You're lucky. I feel pissed off.
Stop.
What?
You're stalking me. Stop it.
Did we not communicate last night? Did you hear what I was saying? I gave my soul to you last night.
It's not enough. You waited 2 months. I had to find out by her showing up and telling me herself I'm a sink with an open drain. There is no enough.
Dr. Shepard.
Dr. Burke.
We have an organ donor coming in this afternoon for Wilkinson General. We're going to be first up tomorrow. As chief,
Interim
I can
bump somebody
You're
else.
in the OR we need. Your surgery is rescheduled.
Mine's bigger than yours.
Whip it out. I'll measure.
Shut up, Alex.
I'm kind of starting to like Alex, I think.
EA on arrival.
How long have you been down?
We've been doing CPR for about 20 minutes. It took fire 20 minutes to get him out. It's pretty much gone.
No, he's not gone until we say he's gone. O'Malley, get him into a bay and save him. He's not dead until we say he's dead. You know what to do. Scray, you on this too. Move.
He's dead.
Olivia. Pulseless VTAC?
Line's in.
Okay, charge to 200.
200.
Clear.
Male, 46, unrestrained driver of the car that jumped lanes.
Any history?
Wife said he's got a bad liver. He's on the transplant list.
Okay, hands off. We need to page Burke and this guy for the OR. Who wants it?
I do.
Take the boy. Yang, you take the mom. I want to be looking at their films in 15 minutes.
Oh, bowel obstruction. He's not telling us what he ingested, but the films look like he's packing.
People figure out a better way to move drugs.
Should I call it?
Well, what would you do next?
I would call it.
To save him.
A pericardial window.
Do it. Gray, you're done here.
I have to poke you to discharge you.
What makes you think he wants to be discharged? Don't you
I
know this
love
hospital
her.
will crumble unless
Loretta
Richard's here
Devine.
holding up the walls? Oh, you are in 5 kinds of trouble, Mr. Man. You had brain surgery and didn't tell me?
Just a small procedure. I didn't want to ruin your vacation. How did you You called my wife?
You called mine.
Fine.
I had to send Nair over Adele.
It's not like we're divorced.
You've had counseling?
We had adultery. That was enough.
You should give her a chance, Derek.
They've been fighting at breakfast. Dad ran 3 stoplights.
My husband Bob's a really good driver.
Pickup cuts us off.
Safe. Saw something in the middle of the road and swerved to avoid it.
Started chasing the guy.
Just came out of nowhere.
Now, Scotty, your son's in the next room getting x-rayed.
My dad, he's in surgery. It's pretty serious. Guess the son of a bitch got what he deserved.
My end is done.
Val's a mess, but it's repairable. But I don't see the point with this liver.
What do you see, Dr. Stevens?
Erotic. He said he's on the transplant list.
More or less.
Does he have family here, Stevens?
A wife and son. This looks pretty bad. How did you get this?
Well, we hit so hard.
And it looks a couple of weeks old.
Where are you?
I can see his heart.
From the pericardium and aspirate. Still not beating. Close and call it. What?
We're certainly doing more than...
And what? Might make things a little easier on yourself if you would just tell us. We'll know anyway once we see your films.
One of the most beautiful features. Almost porcelain.
Whatever you've ingested could kill you.
It might offend you. It's not drugs.
Mr. Hubble.
I promise.
Okay.
It's drugs. 10 balloons in his bowel. My guess, cocaine.
Damn.
10
Siebert, 43,
balloons.
multiple healed fractures.
She's either a bull rider or she's abused.
Kid said the accident was road rage.
Oh, that's not the story I got. Said she got it from a fall last week. She's bleeding.
What do you do?
She needs a bed rest and a shrink.
It's drugs. Stupid. Burst and he's dead in 5 minutes. What do we do? Run his bowel? Gray, book an OR.
Sure they're balloons? This one here's got a face.
So does that one.
I'll be damned. They're Judy's. Swallowed the heads of 10 Judy dolls. Gray, call for a psych consult. Do I still book the OR? Blocked bowels become necrotic bowels.
How are you gonna
Hanging another
swallow
V-neck.
doll heads?
Don't feel out of... We can work all day, but this liver won't stop bleeding.
What about the donor from Wilkinson that's coming in?
Mr. Siebert's only hope is a family donor.
No use in tying up an OR.
How much work do you have here to complete, Doctor?
Maybe 6 hours. You're the chief.
Any family members waiting?
Still trying to reach them. It's always hard.
Yeah.
Sorry about Alex, about the syphilis.
I didn't know I had it.
Okay. You know, things happen. It's the chief.
You have to call it him.
Time of death 148.
I got it. And this morning with 10 Judy doll heads in his abdomen. You know, when you're little, you can hide. You pretend like you're someplace else. And when you get older, you feel like you should be doing something. Something to stop it. You know, to protect her. And when you can't, you don't know who to be angrier at. Old man or yourself.
Did she tell you?
I have to. It's all over her films.
He's not beating you, is he? No, just her. So what do you do about the anger?
I think about the guy who eats doll heads. He's got problems.
Hey, I've been looking for you guys.
It's my father.
Quit drinking and we put him on the transplant list. There just aren't that many available. Suggested a family member.
You need luck?
My son. Scotty's a good match. He's 18.
Family members shouldn't do it out of obligation.
Scotty's had counseling. You know, they just don't let you do it. He hasn't made his mind up yet.
Oh, God, I don't want to lose. Britt is a wife beater.
I didn't know that.
She has a kidney bleed from a beat. It was his road rage that caused the accident.
We have a dying patient in the liver that could save him. For the family, not for you.
Yeah, you made that perfectly clear.
The donor from Wilkinson.
Harvest team's on their way in.
Need to touch base with the transplant center about Seaver getting his son's liver.
Dr. Burke, Dr. Bailey needs an OR, and they're all booked. Emergent bowel obstruction.
Drugs?
10 Judy doll heads.
I can see their little faces. Help. Let me out. Want stuff to obsess with at home. I'll be done and out of your way in a moment. It's always something, isn't it? Being chief is a lot like being an intern. You know, you're perfect for this job. Unattached, obsessive, hospital. It's enough for you, isn't it?
I love Loretta Devine.
He won't make it off the table with his own liver. He's bleeding a lot.
When you get counseling, they tell you not to force it. A decision, you know. One day, one moment, just know the right thing to do. It should be easy, right? He's my father.
I mean, it'll be a big change in your life.
The liver's the only organ that regenerates itself. What is your problem?
You're doing a sales pitch. Rippian is your patient. You shouldn't even be talking to the donor.
Father, who he's gonna lose if he doesn't make a decision.
And he understands that. You have no idea what's going on in that kid's head.
Dr. Gray, may I speak with you for a moment? I assume he told you why he left me?
Dr. Shepard, with all due respect, this has nothing to do with me.
Oh, you didn't take him back. Good girl.
Future, I'd appreciate it if we could keep our relationship strictly professional.
Sometimes people do desperate things to get someone's attention. There are two sides to every story.
Father's an alcoholic
She's
wife
tall.
beater. I mean, it shouldn't even be a question.
Yeah, but if you could save somebody and didn't, would you feel like you were committing murder?
That is sick.
Who would do that?
See, Judy, fly.
Hey, George.
Hey. What?
George, she was trying to make up with you.
She's cute and she likes you. You shouldn't let a little Sif get in the way.
So, the Sif. It is not the Sif.
Then what is it? There's this other girl.
Izzy.
He hasn't told her yet that he likes her.
Izzy, we are not in high school.
George has a little crush.
It is a thing. A thing that is very personal. One day I'd like to build on this thing.
What are you doing? No, George, with Olivia.
Oh, nothing.
You're letting her think you're emotionally available.
Meredith is right.
Why are you yelling?
Because of the estrogen, George. Because of all the estrogen.
It's a mess.
No, it isn't.
I think I know a mess when I see a mess. Well, your credit is mine, seriously overbooked. And
They need to know if there's any word on the Siebert liver.
I will not be in the Seaver.
You bumped me for a bowel obstruction?
Was it an act of desperation?
not at all.
Something to attract attention?
Of course not.
Just trying to understand here. My 10 doll heads.
11 would have been too much.
This is the donor from Wilkinson General.
Well, this one's heart is still beating. I think Bailey would want me to.
Finally reached the family of the dead motorist. Want me to page you when they get here?
Yeah.
I think it's always better to hear bad news firsthand. I'd like to talk to the doctor who called at some answers so that I could get on with my life. George.
Her brainstem's still alive.
Okay, we'll take it from here.
Just look at this.
The cortex is dead, the brainstem will follow. Death is imminent, we just have to wait it out.
She's alive now.
Transplant committee gave us a green light. I'm trying to get an answer from the son. What work do you have left now?
Maybe an hour and a half.
I need to speak to Scotty. I need to talk to him.
I think they want him to make the decision on his own.
You think I'm sick for wanting to save my husband, don't you?
You're feeling very emotional. It's hard to keep a level head and consider all the facts. There's been killed a man on the highway today. Killed you and your son. Those are the facts.
Have you ever been in love, Doctor?
Love has its limits.
What did you find?
She's decerebrate. The donor, her brainstem's still alive.
Do you mind if I take a look?
She's still posturing. We have every intention of waiting until she's dead. The neuro at Wilkinson ran the protocol.
Missed decerebration. What else did they miss? She has a tumor on her stem. I don't see an MRI. Brain death?
Yeah, according to Hines.
I don't know, Dr. Hines.
For this woman's organs.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'd all be happy to know that the organs are receiving them from somebody who's actually brain dead.
Is there a problem here?
Yeah, we have a donor who's still decerebrate. I insist on it.
You insist on it?
I do.
If my head of neurosurgery says he needs an EEG and an MRI. That is not my call, Dr. Orsino. Who can tell I got a guy in the OR that's waiting for a liver that may not deserve to be saved. And again, that's not my call. Know what my call is? Everything else is yours, Dr. Shepard.
Thank you, Dr. Burke.
Whatever you do, you can't make the decision out of anger.
Alex!
So what do you do with it? What did you do with yours?
Alex! Be out here. Dr. Burke needs to
back off, please? I walked up, became a wrestler, and the next time he laid a hand on my mother, I beat the living crap out of him. He just took off and never came back. And he was a cold, mean-tempered bastard, but he was still my old man, you know? Now I can't stop wishing that I never laid a hand on him. We somehow could have worked it through.
I'm sorry, Scott. He needs a decision now.
When would it happen?
We would take Scotty to pre-op immediately. The transplant surgeon is on call and waiting. There isn't much time.
Scotty?
Yeah, okay. I have a couple of conditions. We're gonna tell the cops the truth about what happened in this accident, Mom. As we get back home, you and I are moving out. It's enough.
You're asking me,
Are you okay?
can I scrub in? Then yes, Dr. Burke. I'm okay.
A tumor in her brainstem right here? Might as well go home, gentlemen. My friend here has a viable brain. Do you really think she'll be okay? She's got a good shot of recovery. Look out for her.
Meredith?
Yeah.
Is it the family of the dead guy?
Yeah.
Aww.
Look, maybe I'm not over the Alex thing. That's not really the problem. There's a girl who I wouldn't care if she gave me the Ebola virus. I like you, Olivia. I just don't like you enough.
I gave it a shot, right? And you were honest. That's good. You know what you're gonna tell them?
Why do we hump on every dead or dying patient that comes through those doors? So we can tell their family that we did everything we could. Your Ted's family.
Damn.
Told Meredith what happened?
I did. Did you tell her?
Sometimes people do desperate things to attract attention.
That's your side of this, that I didn't pay you enough attention. Is that what you were thinking when you got naked with my best friend?
No.
I'm a sink with an open drain, Eddie.
Oh!
Did you get them all?
Yes. It wasn't easy or very pleasant. How do you feel?
Empty.
Yeah. I've been feeling a little bit of that myself. Fill you up. What's the satisfaction?
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
Would it be too much information?
Might.
Maybe I'm better left in the dark.
Knowing when to say when. There's no such thing as enough. All we want is more.
She gonna get back with them. She gonna take them back. They gonna get back together, and I love to see it because McDreamy, he's got those luscious locks and the hair, and I love it. But his wife is pretty hot too, though. So I gotta throw that out there as well. It's like it's not that easy. I mean, he doesn't want the wife. He wants Meredith. It's just like, how's this gonna go? I'm very stressed out about it. I love this. I love it because it makes you think of like what you would do in situations, but then it's hard like when it comes to the like changing, gears here. The son with the liver and all that kind of stuff. It makes you think like what you would do, but then it's hard because when you're actually in that position, you might not do that. Like thinking about it, I'm like, no, there's no way in hell that I would do that if my dad was beating my mom and it's been years and years and years and nothing's changed and nothing's getting better and it keeps getting worse. Hell no, am I not doing it? But then you're like, but that's my dad at the end of the day. So it's like in that situation, you might make a different decision. You know what I mean? I love this show. I can't wait to see what happens next. Let me know what y'all thought about this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.